young royal. Well, he appealed, arguing he was singled out for different, unjustified and inferior treatment. But 3 judges at the Court of Appeal today rejected that appeal. Well, now, following that judgment, he's told the BBC that it is currently impossible for him and his family to return to the UK. He's also said that because of the current situation, his father, the King, isn't speaking to him. Well, Prince Harry is currently living in California, where he's been speaking to our correspondent Neda Tawfik, and we can bring you that extended interview now.
But obviously pretty gutted about the decision. We thought it was going to go our way, but it certainly has proven that there was no way to win this through the courts. Wish someone had told me that beforehand. Yeah, the decision has been a surprise as well as not a surprise. Yeah, for the time being, it's impossible for me to take my family back to the UK safely.
You're obviously very deeply affected by this. What memories, experiences had you hoped your children, Archie and Lilibet, would have had that you think they won't be able to now with this decision?
Well, for a start, the only time that I've come back to the UK is sadly for funerals or court cases, with the odd charitable function where I can in between that. I put myself at risk for that, but I will continue on with a life of public service, so I will always support the charities and the people that mean so much to me. I can't see a world in which I would be bringing my wife and children back to the UK at this point. And the things that they're going to miss is, well, everything. You know, I love my country. I always have done, despite what some people in that country have done. So, you know, I miss the UK. I miss parts of the UK. Of course I do. And I think that it's really quite sad that I won't be able to show, you know, my children my homeland. You know.
And as you say, you've gone back several times during this years-long battle. What about the security arrangements that were in place made you feel it would be unsafe for you and your family?
There's only so much that I can say because of the redaction process and the national security matters at hand, but everything. Because in beginning of 2020, I was scored the highest as far as risk was concerned, and then overnight I was reduced to the lowest without actually going through the risk management board. So one does question how that is even possible, and also the motive behind that at the time. And that was in 2020, and as hard as it is to appreciate or understand why the decision was made the way that it was in 2020, the hardest thing for me has been the fix of that decision for the last 5 years. The fact that I still haven't had a risk management board assessment done for me over the last 5 years. Everybody else within this group of people get it at the minimum once a year. So again, I would not have taken this far if I didn't have compelling evidence of facts that reveal why the decision was made. And I'm sitting here today talking to you where, you know, we've lost the appeal, but the other side have won in keeping me unsafe. So again, there's a lot of question marks that a lot of people will have. I have all of the truth. I have all of the knowledge now throughout the legal process. I've uncovered my worst fears. And to now know today, based on this judgment, that there was no legal framework that constrains the decisions of this body, RAVEC, of which the royal household sit on. And I didn't know that until this legal process in 2021. One of the first things my lawyer said to me was, as disclosure started, or as this process started, she turned around and said, "Did you know that the royal household sat on RAVEC?" And my jaw hit the floor.
Well, I want to ask you about that because the King's private secretary sits on RAVEC now.
Sir Clive Alderton, yeah.
Do you wish
And,
Your
and,
father.
and another person as well, but yes.
Do you wish your father had intervened, despite how that may have looked?
I've never asked him to intervene. I've asked him to step out of the way and let the experts do their job. This Ravet committee is an expert committee full of professionals, plus the royal household. And the royal household don't have any role in that, on the Ravet committee, other than the helping influence the decisions based on members of the royal family. And 5 years later, every single...
I am to say, white people, y'all really should be embarrassed by this. You really should be. Y'all really need to do something, seriously, because this is embarrassing. See, and I know you said, well, wonder why is it white? Because we tried to tell y'all. We tried to tell you. Y'all didn't want to listen. So now this is your problem. Black people busy learning doing line dances, and we got our fans out. We busy. We doing other stuff right now. So.
Thank you so much for your comment, Kate. I really, really appreciate it. Yes, I have achieved a measure of success. There's still more I want to do, but so far, the book has enabled me to speak at a number of international conferences. I spoke at the Global HR Summit. I spoke at the Global Marketing Summit. Last month, I was in Sri Lanka speaking at a luxury conference, and there are a couple more conferences throughout the year that I'm going to be speaking at internationally. So yeah, I'm just truly, truly grateful for the opportunity. But my dream, and I'm going to speak it out there to the universe, my dream is for my book to be included in Oprah's book club. Oh my God, that would be a miracle of miracles. Because a couple of years, well, not a couple of years, a couple of decades ago, 1989, 1990, I missed the opportunity to be part of the audience, the studio audience, when Oprah was still recording her show in Chicago. I remember calling up and they said, oh yeah, we can, you can get tickets in 3 days, or if you come to the studio and stand outside, we may be able to get you in. And I was thinking, I don't want to stand out in the cold. I remember it was February. There was snow everywhere. It was freezing. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And then when I came back the following year to Chicago again, she was still recording in Chicago. When I came back, the waiting time for tickets was actually a month or so, and I wasn't going to be in Chicago for that long. So yeah, that would be my dream. So I hope if I speak it up to the universe, God will make it happen. I'm manifesting, I am hoping, I'm praying as a woman of faith. But thank you so much, Kate. I appreciate you. Prince Harry has lost his court bid to restore his UK police protection after the UK government downgraded his security when he stepped back as a working royal. Even after he offered to pay, they said no. So yeah, that's the news that's just been breaking right now. And I have my thoughts about it, but I'm going to go away, have a think, and come back and maybe do a TikTok tomorrow. But at least the one thing I'm happy about is that it's now on record. I remember them saying that his mother, Princess Diana, refused security. Again, that may be true. It may not be true. But at least with Prince Harry, it's now on record that he did fight for security. He did fight to pay for his own security, and they said no. Meghan Sussex writes daily to her children. She's not writing for the press. She's not writing for attention. She's not writing for performance. She's writing just so one day when her children turn 18, they will have a direct line to their mother's voice, to her thoughts, her love, very unfiltered and very untouched by public opinion. But somehow this has triggered certain sections of the internet. The reaction has been wild. Some people call it manipulative. The trolls are saying it's performative. It's a PR strategy, as if a mother taking time to write to her own children in private with no fanfare is anything but deeply intentional and profoundly human. I just find everything interesting. I just find it interesting that a woman with foresight, with emotional depth, with legacy in mind, and this is very important considering that Harry told us that these same people will not stop until she is dead. So she's thinking of building a legacy. And it's unfortunate that some people just can't handle that. Maybe it's because we're used to seeing mothers all burned out, all silenced, all erased. So when someone does something we don't recognize, instead of saying, okay, I want my kids to know my own words, rather than my kids knowing the hateful rhetoric from the tabloids, we don't understand that. To me, I'm thinking that is one of the smartest things that she could do for her kids. And what's even more heartbreaking and beautiful is actually the context, because her husband, Prince Harry, lost his own mother at just 12 years old. For decades, he has had to watch strangers, from the press to the so-called friends of Diana, tell him who his mother was. They're telling him what she felt, what she wanted. Everybody has a version of Diana, even people who have never met her. But only very, very few really, truly knew her. So this time, Harry and Meghan are doing something completely different. They're making sure that their own children don't have to piece together things about their parents from documentaries, from hateful tabloid gossip, from so-called friend, and even dangerous relatives. Yes, I said it. So they are giving their children the gift of knowing and hearing, I love you, I thought of you, I have your best interests at heart, etc., etc. This is who we were. This is happening in real time. So to me, this is not performative. It is protection. It is parenting. And this is rattling people, because at some point in the future, they cannot lie about who Meghan and Harry truly were. So if it rattles you as a person, it says more about you than it does about her. Because at the end of the day, what is threatening about a mother loving her own children to write to them, to write to their future selves, daily emails? My name's Elizabeth. I'm the author of The Luxpreneur. And for more insights like these, please like, share, comment, and follow me for more. Well. It looks like the Sente Bale saga rumbles on. Guess what? Another trustee, let me correct that, another hastily, within 24 hours, appointed trustee has resigned. Her name is Nerissa Naidu. And just like Dr. Ikpo, she was also appointed on the 25th of March. What is going on? So right now, according to the news, there are only 2 or 3 trustees left. I wonder who's going to be next to resign. Anyway, please, I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. I'd love to read your comments on this, because I am eagerly awaiting the report from the Charity Commission, because I know there's a lot more going on than meets the eye.
Well, Richard Bacon's got something to say. If you're as ancient as me and you live in the UK, you might actually remember Richard Bacon being on Blue Peter. If you didn't know, Blue Peter was one of the BBC's most famous and long-running children's shows. I absolutely loved it. Richard, unfortunately, had to depart the BBC when he got caught on camera inhaling an illegal substance. And he was in exile for a long time until he could slowly get back, firstly into radio and then into minor TV parts. It seems he's absolutely incensed about Meghan's brilliant plan to email her children every single night. But get to the point, Martin. Henry VIII has won the internet yesterday because he's literally pointed out the obvious. Meghan is emailing her children every day because she's married to Harry, who lost his own mum when he was 12. And even I didn't make that connection, and I comment on this stuff every single day. Hats off to Henry VIII, I am. I don't think it's the real Henry VIII unless he's in spooky cyberspace, but an absolutely brilliant observation. Bacon, you're wrong. Henry VIII, you've hit the nail on the head. Comments are open as ever. Let me know what you think.
Hello, my people. Lady Rose here. How y'all doing? To all my new subscribers, welcome. And my returning subscribers, y'all know I love you. Yes, guys, it's really not a sad day for me because I already knew. These people were going to deny Harry's security. And boy, the judge got all the arguments. Y'all know what? Those judges are the king's judges. And that court belongs to that dude. He has his own seal in that court of law of those people. And you know, even if getting security for Prince Harry was not lawful, but because the father is the king, if he wanted his son to have that security, none of this could have happened. Okay? So I already told you guys my position. If that was me, I am not gonna try to go back to those kind of fathers. That's just me. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's an inheritance, wherever. I'm gonna try to look for my little whatever life and put my damn little life together and leave all the curse behind me. Because the inheritance, everything coming from that guy there is the blood of our ancestors. Ain't nothing clean coming from those people. Every single thing that they have around that place was stolen from us, was robbed from everybody else but their own ancestors. So man, yeah, I'm not surprised because I knew this was gonna happen. And y'all, try and get some parking somewhere around here. It says 3-hour parking. They're probably gonna tow my car. I'm going to my hair lady to get my hair washed. Yes, get my hair washed and straightened up, because you know it just makes it more manageable. I ain't trying to be some people. I'm just doing it for myself, because you know it's really hard to maintain my heavy hair. Okay, so let's see if I can find me a little parking somewhere around here. No, it doesn't look too good. Yeah, you know, I don't really like a lot of cuckoo family members. And if I got one of those cuckoo family members, I just try to take them off my list, because I ain't gonna be suffering anything from some family members who do not like me, you know. Yeah, if I have family members who don't like me, if you tell me you my brother or my sister, you behave a certain way that I don't like, I'm just gonna leave you. I don't care if you my father, but I never really seen lots of fathers behaving this like this guy. This guy is supposed to be a role model. This is what the people in the UK are looking up to. That heinous, petty, with low self-esteem man. And I wonder what is under there, because damn, this guy just has no soul. This guy is one terrible human being that I've seen around here. But it is what it is. So Prince Harry, you know what to do now. Please keep Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex, away from that place. And keep your children away from that place, because this guy is really telling you, I don't want you, I don't care for your family, I don't care for anything that you stand for. And all that much hate, this is the people who actually say black people complain of racism. We just complain about something that we don't know, and people are really not racist out here. What do you guys think this one here is for? Had Meghan, had HRH, Duchess of Sussex Meghan, being a white woman, oh, this thing wouldn't happen. The sin that Prince Harry committed to this family, it's marrying a black woman. That's the only thing, that the crime that he committed. And the judge was so proud to read his verdict in that courthouse there, because the father, Charlie Boy, told them to do so. We all know how the elites function out here. Those elites ain't got no the rule books. The rule books pertains to us, the peasants. It doesn't pertain to them, those rich people. If this dude wanted his child, his younger son, to have security when he is in the United Kingdom, he could have granted permission to whatever AVAC, whatever you call that agency, RAVAC or EVAC, whatever you call it. Just call it whatever it is. It's because he does not want to do anything with Harry, because to him, Harry is a race traitor. Yes, that's exactly what he's thinking. Yeah, it didn't take me to become a psychologist to think about how that family thinks of everything that Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex is. They never wanted to mix their blue blood with ours. They consider, in their belief, our blood is low something, but guess what? The superior blood out here on this planet is actually the black one. That's the superior of all the blood out here, if you never knew. And there was some kind of study that was done with our chromosome and our DNA. Yeah, I tell you, those are markers on there. Did have like a higher score of percentage of some kind of good molecule that made our race actually the human race. Yes. Yeah, our species did have like a lot of good readings on those numbers. I don't remember the scientific word that was used, but I'm gonna try to find that one. Yes, I'm gonna try to find it so I could come and tell you guys about it. I tried to find that video. So don't let somebody tell you otherwise. We have the strongest blood that there is out here. And we give birth to all the races out here, all the weak races. Strong genes. Genetically. And we're strong mentally. We are strong spiritually. We are just strong beings. Don't let somebody tell you otherwise, my queen. Don't let somebody tell you otherwise, my king. You are too much. Yeah, remember my words. You are too much. I tell you, I'm proud of you all, my black kings and my black queens out here. They got no choice. We got 2 beautiful children with them. They already mixed that blood. It's probably gonna be mixed more. I'm just praying for baby George and the baby Louis and the baby Charlottes. I'm praying for y'all guys, kids. It's warm, it's caliente this way here. It's mucho caliente. Okay? Mucho caliente. Yes, this way here. Y'all need to start looking this way. Get all the spice. You ain't gonna turn into no alcoholic like your daddy. You wanna be good kids. Yes. Yeah, we don't sit down here start saying terrible stuff about some innocent kids who have nothing to do with all this nonsense, like those low IQ people, like that devil's child, Angela Latrine. I read from some of my queens around here saying apparently Latrine's mother said that she was a little devil baby, and she looks like one. See the shape of that head? Damn. Girl sure looks like a she kind of Lucifer little daughter. She looks like a Lucifer. That Lucifer in the picture in the movies. She looks exactly like that damn Lucifer from the movies. And don't you sexy squad forget about that bitch. The one I told you about, that Marine on Daily Mail. Y'all need to look for her. The people who are in the UK, y'all need to take her somewhere. Because that threat against the HRH, the Duchess of Sussex, is just terrible. She came out here, told you guys they were gonna Diane, Princess Diane, the Duchess of Sussex. Don't forget that. When we kind of try to talk about something and take matters seriously, and it's like some people don't really try to pay a lot of attention. Because there's a video here to take that girl somewhere for y'all guys in the UK. Take the video and take it before the judge somewhere. Take it to court. If you need lawyer fees, you call the Success Squad. We are all here. We could do something. Where's that activism that y'all guys do come up with sometimes around here? Isabella Baxter, where y'all at? Did you watch that video where that lady was saying they want to Princess Diane, the Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex? Why did you not see that video? I saw lots of people wrote lots of stuff about it on there on TikTok. So y'all need to search for that video. Like I told you, I did not want to post it on my thing here because that thing just boiled my blood like in a really bad way, that I needed to take myself in the shower and cool myself under the icy water. I threw an ice basket of water cold, like the one they used to do with the LS stuff that I pulled out of my head, because that thing just made me feel so bad. So y'all need to pay close attention. Take that video there and take it to court. And call the Success Squad. We're going to send money for the lawyers. How are we fighting? You know, how are we fighting? Sometimes we need to go with those people face to face. This is just not cute to sit here behind our cameras and talk, do all the talking. We're doing good. But when you have stuff like that, the threat to somebody's life publicly, they are telling you that they unalive Princess Diana. And they were going to do the same to the Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan. Did you not hear that? If you didn't hear, go search for the video. I want to hear something coming from y'all guys in these 2 days around here. Put your camera, call the Success Squad. We're going to chip in and bring the money for their lawyer fees. We need to start stopping these people. Some of these people, somebody need to stop them. That's not okay. You can't threaten somebody's life like that. And with theirs, it's no joke. They do lots of stuff. Do you remember one of them, Prince Williams? There used to be one of a gay Prince Williams. They're real openly gay, let's say that way. We have one in a closet now. They used to have one before. And go Google that William, what happened to him? Because he was out of closet, they saw him somewhere, and that guy disappeared in a helicopter. He was one of the other Prince William. I believe it was in 1970s. So any threat coming from this family, y'all need to take it seriously. It's coming from their royal reporters. That Marine works for Daily Mail. Make me proud, Success Squad. The UK Success Squad. I'm pleading y'all, guys. I love you. And everyone else, let's go subscribe to Isabella Back's channel. Let's get this is 10,000 subscribers. And when we're probably going to get her to those numbers, maybe this activism is going to go on top of everything. And we're going to have some other charity people around the UK there who are going to step in to help us, according to what Isabella Back's Wheezy told us. Also, do not forget to go to my brother Baron's channel. Let's go bless the brother. Let's try to get the brother to 100,000 subscribers when it just seems kind of impossible, because yeah, that's how we roll down here. Such squad, we're really not too motivated. And please drop down the comments down here and like my videos and share on other platforms. Share on your channels so we could get me more views for now. And also do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. I appreciate y'all guys. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye for now.